I'm Mia Araujo. I'm the author and illustrator of AFIA in the Land of Wonders, my reimagining of Alice's adventures in Wonderland that I've spent over a decade creating. It's the story of 16-year-old AFIA, who must choose between staying with her beloved twin sister or journeying into a magical yet dangerous world to discover who she is. Ever since art school, I've been wanting to reimagine Alice in Wonderland in a fantasy world inspired by West Africa. With all of my work, it's inspired by the things I love and the things I want to see more of in the world. All of the art in this book is made with traditional media. Growing up, hand-drawn animation was one of my biggest influences, so it's part of the reason why I prefer drawing with pencil on paper. I just love the tactile feel that it gives to a drawing. All of the full-color art in the book is done with acrylic on wood panels. There's something about seeing a picture come to life using the colors that I mix myself with paintbrushes that I use to make the paint strokes, and having a physical painting at the end of it. There's a magic to that for me. I'll be reading an excerpt from Chapter 8, The Palace. They traveled until they reached a wall of dense vegetation covered with strange red flowers and thorns. The wall seemed to stretch endlessly in either direction, blocking their path. AFIA leaned in for a closer look. The leaves and branches were so tightly woven that they seemed impenetrable. "Careful," Bakame said. He drew out his knife and sliced the surface. To AFIA's surprise, the wall eased apart like a curtain. As soon as they had passed, the foliage knit itself back together behind them. AFIA stared at Bakame, who continued on as though the most ordinary thing in the world had just happened. They moved through a labyrinth of these flowered hedges until they reached a large courtyard with enormous sculptures carved from obsidian. They passed by one of a cheetah chasing an antelope, the elegant shapes of their limbs overlapping mid-run. At the far end of the courtyard stood a magnificent, sprawling building. Countless tiny windows dotted its facade, and the carved sandstone walls reminded AFIA of some of Kadiri the Navigator's drawings. Golden statues of a noble-faced queen lined the exterior, casting long shadows over them as they approached. "Behold, Queen Ukiwa's palace," Bakame said. AFIA looked around in awe. If she had known that a queen lived in a rainforest palace only a day's journey from home, she would have run away years ago. How she wished that her family could be here to see this, especially Aya. If she saw this place, she would understand why AFIA had to leave. I hope readers connect with the characters and enjoy reading the story as much as I loved creating it.